HarperCollins presents Bodies from the Library 3, Forgotten Stories of Mystery and Suspense by the Queens of Crime and Other Masters of Golden Age Detection, by Tony Medawar. Read by Philip Bretherton. Introduction. You and I, serene in our armchairs as we read a new detective story, can continue blissfully in the old game. The great game, the grandest game in the world. John Dickson Carr. One of the many joys of visiting the British Library and other repositories is coming across forgotten or unknown works by some of the most highly regarded writers of the golden age of crime and detective fiction, a period that can be considered to have begun in 1913 with Trent's Last Case by E.C. Bentley, and to have ended in 1937, the year in which Dorothy L. Sayers sent Lord Peter Wimsey on a busman's honeymoon. This, the third collection of Bodies from the Library, continues our mission to bring into the light some of these little-known short stories, as well as works that have only appeared in rare volumes and never previously been reprinted. For this edition, there is a long-lost novella in which John Dickson Carr's satanic sleuth Henri Boncolin goes head-to-head with a brutal murderer. Stuart Palmer's Hildegard Withers confronts The Riddle of the Black Spade, and 6 authors go in search of a character as they rise to the challenge of building a short story around the same 2-line plot. Among the more famous detectives featured are Anthony Berkeley's Roger Sheringham, who does his bit to help defeat Hitler, and Senator Brooks U. Banner investigates a murderous scarecrow in a case from the pen of Joseph Commings. And in the year that marks 100 years of Agatha Christie stories, the inimitable Hercule Poirot investigates a murder foretold. Tony Medawar, March 2020. These stories were mostly written in the first half of the 20th century, and characters sometimes use offensive language, or otherwise are described or behave in ways that reflect the prejudices and insensitivities of the period. Tony Medawar. Some Little Things by Lynn Brock. Inspector Clutsam of the Yard came into the office of the senior partner of Messrs. Gore and Tolley on the morning of Thursday, June the 27th, looking peeved. He came because Chief Inspector Ruddle of the Yard had called to see Colonel Gore at 3 o'clock on the afternoon of the preceding Monday, and had not been heard of since. "Afternoon, Clutsam," said Gore brightly. "Hot, isn't it? You'd find it cooler without that natty little bowler, wouldn't you?" "Now look here," growled the visitor. "What did Ruddle come to see you about? The Isaacson necklace, wasn't it?" "Yes." "Did he say anything to indicate any line of action he had in view concerning it?" "Not definitely. I gathered that he wanted us to drop the case. He conveyed to me that he had some information which made us quite superfluous. However, as he had by then spent half an hour trying to pump me for information, I concluded that he was talking through his hat." "What time did he leave you?" "A little before 4. "Say where he was going next?" "I gathered somewhere where there was beer. Monday afternoon was also very hot, you remember, and unfortunately I could only offer him whiskey. Which reminds me—" Inspector Clutsam undid his face partially, and accepted a cigarette and a whiskey without prejudice. "In that case, Colonel," he said, "you're the last person we know of who saw Ruddle alive." "That," replied Gore, "is a very real consolation to me for his loss." "It's nothing to be funny about," snapped Clutsam. "In life," murmured Gore agreeably, "Chief Inspector Ruddle was not an amusing person. In death, I admit, he will be a very serious proposition for any sort of hereafter to tackle. You think he is, deceased?" "Think? Ruddle's been put away. I know it. There are plenty who do the job and glad of it. He's been bumped off. I tell you, I know it."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?